Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Before the video, I want to thank all of you for 2,000 subscribers. I'm grateful for every one of you for the amazing comments and support on my past videos. I'm glad that I've been able to have such a positive impact on all of you in the short time I've had on this platform. In today's video, we'll discuss 5 exercises that I find very beneficial for acceleration development. I've used all these exercises in my training and have seen amazing results come from them. I'm very confident in the ability of these exercises to improve your acceleration if done properly. The first exercise I will be covering is the broad jump. The broad jump serves as a very good determinant of overall horizontal force production for athletes. Broad jumps have been shown to correlate significantly with sprint performance across various studies, indicating that broad jump performance can be a useful predictor of sprinting ability. This study, called Association and Predictive Ability of Jump Performance with Sprint Profile of Collegiate Track and Field Athletes, found that the broad jump distance, when compared to the counter movement jump and lightly loaded counter movement jump, was found to be the best predictor of sprint profile components during acceleration sprints and maximal speed flyby sprints. Incorporating multiple broad jumps like the triple broad jump is also a great way to progress this exercise throughout the year and correlates more to actual sprint performance. You can also do single leg broad jumps to correct any lower limit imbalances in force production. Overall, the broad jump is an amazing must-have exercise to improve acceleration and overall athletic ability. Next up, we have bounding. Bounding is another very strong indicator of acceleration sprint speed and athletic ability. When performing bounds, it's very important to keep the reactive bounding coefficient in mind. The reactive bounding coefficient, or RBC, is a measure used to assess horizontal reactive strength, particularly in athletes. It evaluates how effectively an athlete can utilize the stretch shortening cycle during bounding exercises. This is something that can be measured, and this study the reactive bounding coefficient as a measure of horizontal reactive strength to evaluate stretch shortening cycle performance in sprinters concluded that better reactive bounding coefficient measurements correlated to faster sprint times. The RBC aims to provide a diagnostic tool for coaches and athletes to evaluate plyometric ability and its correlation with sprint performance. It helps in identifying the athlete's capacity to generate propulsive forces with minimal ground contact time, which is crucial for sprinting. Something that I firmly believe leads to improvements is measuring things and trying to beat those measurements over time, and the RBC allows you to do that with bounding. This is how you measure your RBC. Next, we have power cleans. A common mistake people make is squatting all the way to the ground, and they call that a power clean, when they're actually performing a full clean. A power clean is when you catch the weight in a quarter squat position. Power cleans are more sport specific because the shorter range of motion requires your body to exert a higher amount of force in a shorter amount of time. This doesn't mean full cleans aren't good, but it would be typically something you do further away from competition. A progression throughout the training year to better meet the demands of your sport are hang cleans. Hang cleans limit the range of motion even more of a power clean and force your body to produce more force in a shorter amount of time. During acceleration, your body is overcoming inertia through hip extension. Studies show that power cleans may elicit musculoskeletal and neurological adaptations that improve concentric hip extension power. Research indicates a positive correlation between power cleans and sprint performance, highlighting the exercise effectiveness in enhancing speed. Power cleans significantly improve sprint times, velocity, and acceleration in elite athletes. Studies show that hip kinetics during power cleans were substantially greater than those observed in sprinting, suggesting that the power clean may better prepare athletes for the explosive demands of sprinting. Studies further supported this by showing that athletes with higher hang power clean performance also exhibited superior sprinting capabilities, indicating a shared strength quality that benefits both activities. It's important to note that while power cleans can be helpful in improving acceleration, they are supposed to be used as a supplement to sprint training. This means that you won't improve your acceleration abilities if all you do is power clean. You need to also perform actual sprinting. Next, we have resisted sprint training. There are many forms of adding resistance to your sprints, but the most common are sleds. When performing sled sprints, I found great improvements from loads that are between 30 and 10% of your body weight. In certain cases, doing heavy sled marches or sled pushes could be beneficial to those who struggle with total force production, or if you're looking to expand your total force production in the off season. A study in 2016 found that heavily resisted sprints at 80% body weight are very good for improving 5 to 20 meter sprint performances. Resistance training not only improves sprint-specific power production, it is also a very good way to improve how effectively you can orient forces into the ground. The fastest sprinters aren't the sprinters that can produce the most force, but that can orient their total force more effectively. Throughout the season, you want to shift from heavier sleds to lighter sleds. This leads me into my fifth and final exercise, which is actually the best exercise to improve acceleration. And that exercise is actual sprinting within 10 to 30 meters to improve acceleration. I heavily recommend training your early acceleration, which are usually distances within 10 to 20 meters for most sprinters in the beginning of the season. As the season progresses and your times improve, move up to the distances between 25 and 30 meters to further adapt your acceleration qualities. Adding a training partner can also be a great way to increase the intensities and stimulate adaptations. Thank you all so much for watching, and thanks again for the overwhelming support recently. Remember to always strive to be better and stay planetary.